on the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? The Island Rex coming to you live with yet another video. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to click that subscribe button. We about to get into how many points the Lakers players are going to average this season. We're talking about each individual player that's on the team, but we're not going to talk about like the bench players and the people who not going to get that much time, because I mean clearly it's obvious that those guys not going to get that many minutes. So if they're not going to get that many minutes, they're not going to really get any points. So we're going to go from players that's really getting a lot of time on the floor. First, we want to start with Brandon Ingram. I got Brandon Ingram averaging about 18.4 points per game. And I wanted to make sure that I'm extremely realistic. You know, a lot of people might be like, oh man, he's going to score like 25 points. Like Brandon Ingram is capable of scoring a lot of points and putting up a lot of numbers. Like people might have seen him put up like 20 something points in summer league, but come on bro, it's summer league. So, you know, Brandon Ingram does have a lot of height, he has a lot of length, so you know, he's a scorer and that's what he does. So I just want to be realistic. You know, he averaged 9.4 points per game and like 2 assists last season, 2016, 2017. So, you know, I'm pretty sure he put on a lot of muscle, and he's going to be a much better scorer this season. Next coming in, I got Jordan Clarkson. I got Jordan Clarkson coming off the bench, averaging 15.1 points per game, 2 assists, 3.2 rebounds per game. I seen Magic Johnson say that he wants Jordan Clarkson to be 6th man of the year. Last season he averaged 2016, 2017, he averaged 14 points per 7. So it wouldn't be too far off, you know, like I'm just going out the way, be like, oh man, he's gonna just jump out and just score like 17, 18, you know. So I'm trying to compare like the seasons, trying to be realistic from last season and, you know, this season, and how I think the player will grow. Next coming in, I got Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle averaged 14 points per game. He averaged 13.2. So I think he's going to stay anywhere between the 13 point range to 14 points, and probably average like a little more as far as like rebounds, probably like 8 points. You know, he's still going to get a double-double every game. Probably, I'd say like 14 points and, you know, 10 rebounds. You know, he could easily get a double-double every game. So I say he averaged about 13, anywhere between 13 and 14 points. What I did was the team. I put the team together. I just put all the players together. That way I could just try to save as much time as possible. I got Kentavious CaldwellPope averaging 12.4 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 3 assists. I think a lot of these guys, like I said, aren't going to get that many minutes, but they're going to like share minutes as much as they can. And I think Lonzo Ball is going to do a great job of getting these guys involved and, you know, pretty much being able to play team basketball. I got Corey Brewer averaging, you know, 5.6 points per game, 1 assist, 2.2 rebounds per game. And it's kind of the match last season. You know, I gave players like an extra point, or I took a point away due to like minutes. So Tyler Ennis, I got him coming in at like 7.1 points per game, 2.5 assists per game, and 1 rebound. Thomas Bryant, I don't even think he'd get that many minutes. You know, I think Zubac could get more minutes than him, but I still gave him the benefit of the doubt, you know, just to give him some minutes. I say he averaged 2 points per game, 3 rebounds. Coming in on team 2, I got Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, and Larry Nance Jr. I think that Josh Hart averaged 4.7 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 1 assist per game. I got Kyle Kuzma averaging 7.3 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 2 assists, But he could average a little bit more. He could probably average like 8-9 points. But I just think that due to the minutes that's going to like Larry Nance, that Larry Nance would average like 8.4, 6 rebounds, 1.7 assists per game. And the thing with Kyle is that, you know, he might have done that in like summer league, but we talking about the NBA, so it's going to take time. But he has the potential to be a really, tremendous player. Next coming in on team 3, I got Luol Deng, Brook Lopez, Ivica Zubac. Now, with Luol Deng, I think his role and his numbers are going to drop. I think eventually he should be traded by the deadline, just to move, either the deadline or he'd be moved by next season. So I got him averaging 7.8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 1.3 assists per game. Brook Lopez, and with the Brooklyn Nets, he got a lot more time, and he was like one of the main focal points of the offense. Like he was allowed to do what he wanted to do because he was simply in New York. The Brooklyn Nets, they don't have a team, so he could take as many shots. And but throughout his career, I see, like, when I was looking through his stats, he averaged, in the last few years, he averaged anywhere between 20 or 17 points. But as you can see, like, the numbers were going down. It stayed anywhere between, like, in the last 2 seasons, it was like 20.7. Then it was like 20.6 and 20.5, it was like 20.5. And it was like just going down. It's like his numbers was just going down over the years. So I think he'll stay anywhere between 19.4 points per game to 20 points per game. Anywhere in that range. Average 2.3 assists per game and 5 rebounds. Ivica Zubac, I think he'll move up and get like 6.8 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. I think he'd go anywhere between that range. He'd probably average a little bit more if he get a little bit more minutes, but I think a lot of his minutes are going to go to Brook Lopez. So last but not least, I got Lonzo Ball. I think he'll average 15.5 points per game, 7 assists per game, and 6 rebounds per game. He could average more, possibly like I think anywhere from 16, 17 points per game. He has a lot of height and a lot of length, but it's going to take a while to get acclimated, take a while to get into rhythm. So I think that's not, I just want to be as realistic as possible, maybe 16 points per game. But, he's definitely, I believe he's going to possibly, he's very likely to win Rookie of the Year, especially with these numbers coming in and averaging these many points. Like if he was to average 18, I'd be like, wow, that's crazy, and, that'll go to show you, if he come in averaging 18 points per game, bro, like that'll be just totally like phenomenal for a player to come in and do something like that. I think Karl Anthony Towns did that, but you got to think Karl Anthony Towns is like goddamn almost 7 feet. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if these players average, exceed my expectations or exceed y'all expectations. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Get in that comment box. Tell me what y'all think exactly what y'all think these players will average per game. I'm D. Allen Ricks. Y'all click that subscribe button. I'm out.
Look, straight from the soul with it.